Welcome to the Labour Force. I am Bongeni Mutwa. This week saw Labour Federation COSATU hold its crucial 4-day midterm policy conference, the Central Committee, which wraps up today. This year's Central Committee conference marked the start of a new chapter in the history of the Labour Federation in many ways. For the first time, the national gathering of COSATU's 18 affiliates has been held virtually because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Also, all the country's other labour federations joined in and participated as invited guests. No doubt an important milestone for promoting worker unity in the country. COSATU leaders are now unveiling the outcomes of the 4-day meeting as we speak, so we can't have them on the show to talk about it. Well, we have arranged for someone, of course, who did attend the conference as an invited guest to come onto the show and share with us his perspectives on what seems to be a deepening attempt to promote worker unity in the country. Of course, we saw last year in October when COSATU decided to embark on a 1-day strike, socio-economic strike. Leaders of their other federations, SAFTU, FEDUSA, NACTU, decided to join COSATU in that strike. And earlier this year, when the public sector wage negotiations started, for the first time, all the unions from all the federations came together and caucused and agreed on a common demand, a common position to put forward to the government as their demand. And in fact, that went very well for the unions. Mr. Vavi, the General Secretary of SAFTU, joins us now via the phone. Mr. Vavi, you are no stranger to the show. It's a pleasure to welcome you again. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Muta, and thank you very much for inviting me.
Well, as I was explaining, someone looking at the recent history will be convinced that these unionists are really serious now about worker unity in the country, uniting workers in the country to pursue common objectives. Are you serious about worker unity as you seem to be?
Well, we've been always serious on our side. I mean, even during the implosion at COSATU in 2015, as we're being dragged out of the door, we were screaming that this is going to be very costly to workers. They're going to be the ones who will be the worst victims of that act of dismissing NOMSA in COSATU. We went our way to form a new federation, but we never gave up on the dream to pursue unity. And throughout the 4 years of the existence of SAFTU, we have pursued that dream, and we have at all times acted in a manner that will put pressure on the other federations to work with us on issues of common interest. And we are very glad that finally now we seem to be all coming to a same conclusion, that the unity of the working people is sacrosanct. Nothing can ever be above that. And I think that the action of COSATU to invite us together with other federations in their central committee was symbolically very historical, very important. And that's why we attended.
Are you talking with the leaders of COSATU at the moment? Are there serious talks about reunifications? Reunification, SAFTU, you yourself, SAFTU, NOMSA, and the other unions that left COSATU to join you when you expelled. Are you talking seriously about coming back together again?
We have not started that type of a discussion, and we have pursued the issue of unity between in action. We pursued the issue of unity in action in the following way. When we saw COSATU embarking on a strike in October last year, we felt that the issue that they were raising were common to our own interest. And we had felt that we must join that strike to raise our own issues, and where they were in common, they were in common. So we pursued that. And I think that would have cultivated today's historic invitation by COSATU. And when we embarked on our own general strike in February, in protest against austerity, COSATU also issued a public statement to support, which we appreciated. And when we had the massive task of convincing the government to act in the interest of workers in the public sector deadlock, we asked COSATU to act together. It's a pity that it looks like they were also not seeing the issue in the same manner. Some unions were hard in agreement with us that we should embark on the strike instead of preparing to settle. And
are these moves at least moving you and COSATU in the direction of at least beginning to have talks about reunification?
Look, common actions, pursuing of common struggles will eventually make everybody ask a question. On whose interest is this separate federations being maintained? And I guess at that moment, it would be far more easy. We need more and more actions that will complement each other's demands where we have an agreement, because I think that will then help to cement the process towards the creation of a single federation.
Well, while I have you, of course, a very important development happened yesterday where we saw the Pretoria High Court issue a judgment in a long-running dispute that has been going on in the mining sector. Your affiliate, NUMSA, is very involved now in the mining sector. We saw them being part of the signing of an agreement with Harmony recently. The Pretoria High Court ruling in favor of the Minerals Council, formerly the Chamber of Mines, on the issue of once empowered, always empowered in terms of product PE deals in the mining industry. Some may be interpreting this as a serious setback for promoting BEE, or Black Economic Empowerment, in mining. In fact, some of the unions were part of the case at the court. What's your reaction to that judgment?
Well, SAFTU have never ever discussed the issue of BEE, including the principle of once empowered, always empowered. So I don't want to jump into a comment on a matter that have never been discussed by the organization.
Well, Mr. Vavi, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. We appreciate your time and your insights, and please do have a good day.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's why we leave it.